are actually running this. And so one, as I mentioned, is that the repacking is fantastic. So we're always running multiple trials to get the best. There's no real way around that application. We found that 5 models was usually enough to guarantee that it was going to find a good solution if it was possible. But if you simply run one, there's a chance it's just going to get stuck. And so especially for some of the more difficult structures, we would do 5 runs, and maybe 2 of them would work beautifully, and 3 of them just wouldn't move at all. And it's all dependent on exactly what happens during the both the repacking. The other thing is, we really tailored it towards structures that need a lot of improvement, not getting the best possible final model. On the other hand, we spend a lot of time in Phoenix trying to get the best possible final model. So we basically always, whatever was the output, is going to need some additional refinement. With the Phoenix, I don't have the command shown here, but there's an additional flag that will instruct the program to run Phoenix refine after it's finished with Rosetta. It'll try to fix some overfitting and clean up some of the bonded angle length stuff. And it'll actually sometimes improve the other geometry aspects as well. So it's usually beneficial, but it can take more time, so it's not all by default. The bigger limitation, right now, it really works best on smaller structure. Rosetta was originally written to hold proteins ab initio, and the limit on that is still maybe 150, 200 residues. More recently, it's been used for protein design and protein docking, but it still really works best on smaller structure. We tried running it on RNA polymerase, but it takes a while. So there's some more optimization within Rosetta to needed to deal with really large concepts. The other problem is Rosetta really only handles protein or nucleic acids at a time. You can't mix both of them. We have a question here, Dr. Rupp. Someone asking, is it possible to use NCS to fix portions of a big model in order to stay under the 1,000 residue limit? That's a good question. I don't know. Right, they have features for symmetric modeling, but I'm not sure if that's implemented as constraints or restraints. And we're only just implementing constraints in Phoenix now. So I think it probably would require more coding before that would actually be possible. But and it can apply just to a portion of the model, even a smaller portion of the model using NCS? Yeah. No, we still have a combinatorial project. So as far as nucleic acids are concerned, right now you have to leave them out, and that's somewhat problematic if you're doing any kind of reciprocal phase refinement. There's another program based on Rosetta, I think there's actually a webinar on this already, that focuses on nucleic acids, and eventually we'd like to come up with some mix of those technologies and be able to apply right similar. And then the final big limitation is it doesn't really deal with ligand feature. It has built-in support for some metals and water atoms, but any other non-standard ligands it generally has problems with. We're working on that now. I'll show an example later. We actually get it to sort of work when we want it to be totally automatic. And then the other thing I wanted to point out is that it turned out to be very difficult to get both the best possible geometry and the best possible art factor at low resolution. And we're not exactly sure why this is. But a lot of the time, models with best art factors will have significant geometry errors, and the models with best geometry will have a slightly higher error rate. So in practice, it turns out to be a lot more difficult than I would have expected. The best possible model doesn't necessarily always have the lowest possible error rate. It's hard to tell. So what we initially focused on in our paper was improving 4 molecular replacement solutions. And it's distinct from MR Rosetta because in this case, we know it's the correct solution, and we could refine it if we had to manually, but it's quite a far distance from where it needs to be. So we had RMSEs for the starting models ranging from 1.5 to 6 angstroms. So there's a fairly wide divergence is necessary to actually get the correct solution. So the default protocol was written to run these test cases, and Rosetta did very well both in terms of moving the model and in producing structures with sensible geometry. So the models from Rosetta were generally almost always the best out of all the refinement methods we tried. We tested this against a very conservative refinement strategy in Phoenix that was designed to give us good geometry, but it generally doesn't move the model very far. And so these figures at the bottom of the slide are basically histograms, and the blue line is the starting model. The green line is for again refinement, which we also do CNS, which we also compared it to. Red is Phoenix, purple is Rosetta. And what it's showing here is that consistently on all these metrics, Rosetta does very well. It's comparable to Gen refinement in terms of how far it moves the model. It seems to have a slight edge in terms of art factor on average, but the big difference is really that you get really good geometry in the end. So there's fewer errors to clean up. I don't have it on this slide. We also compared it to RefMax. RefMax, the daily batch refinement specifically, and that tends to perform comparable to the Gen refinement. It moves the model quite a ways. Geometry is okay, but it's not quite as good as what we get out of it. So this is an example from the paper. This is a fairly extreme example of the kind of computational changes we see coming out of this refinement method. And so here I'm comparing the starting model and the Phoenix model in blue and red, and those are almost identical basically. And then I've shown in this slide the CNS model and the published model. You can see that they have to have a rotation of several degrees to move this domain into the right place. The CNS model has moved a fair distance. There's still some local errors, but the error rate is still 10% higher. With the Rosetta refinement now, it actually snaps it almost exactly into the place it needs to be, and the arc rate is very low. And actually, the arc rate for the Rosetta model is lower than the the recently published variants of the refined structure in this case. This is another extreme example also from the paper, where we have a fairly large debate, and again, if these rigid body requirements to get that movement very far. Again, Phoenix gets and moves it a little further, but it can't get the entire domain movement, and Rosetta is able to do the entire thing. And even the local details are fairly good. And as far as we can tell, the torsion angle minimization really makes a huge difference here. That seems to be the key ingredient. Just briefly want to mention the advantage of having these more customizable workflows. If we look at the convergence of the model as a function of the refinement cycle, what this is shown here is the first stage is doing purely torsion angle minimization, and it's doing a mix of real space and reciprocal space. And then the R3 kind of levels off. And then at the end, it's allowing the bond and angle to refine freely, more like what we would do in Phoenix Refine. And then you get some additional improvement of R3. So it really is important eventually to introduce that extra flexibility in the molecular parameters. We can't just simply treat the torsion angle as rigid spot, but it does help earlier. One other thing I want to mention is that what we found was that in some cases, the combination of the different refinement methods ends up working the best. So for this particular example, both Zen refinement and Rosetta did very well at moving it towards the final model. Again, Rosetta had better geometry. CNF had lower RMSE to the published structure. Both of them had comparable R factors. If we took the Zen model and then refined that with Rosetta, then we actually get a significantly better model. Right? Rosetta generated the RMSE was quite low. Geometry is excellent, and the R3 is better significantly. So again, this is favorably comparable to the published structure. But again, very different refinement methods, and trying some combination of them may give you a very different result. So we spent some time looking at refining models that are closer to finished. This is an example of 3 angstrom. You can see here one of the disadvantages of the orthomer repacking is sometimes it's a little too aggressive. And so in this case, clearly the published model is approximately correct. But Rosetta really has to have very good packing for the function to work. And so it tends to move things around. So there's clearly something we can do to improve the Rosetta energy function as well. And that gives us a framework for evaluating that directly against experimental data. So this is a more extreme example of re-refining something with a PDB, so not an MR solution anymore. This is one of the examples from the 2010 Nature paper on Zen refinement. And in this case, it does unusually well. I actually haven't seen any other examples where it's this big of an improvement. But basically, if we combine Rosetta and Phoenix, again, we get across-the-board improvement on pretty much every metric. And it's not clear in this case what exactly is different about this structure. I suspect it's the fact that it's almost entirely helical. Has some strange interplay with Rosetta refinement function, but again, clearly just something very different about how it's actually doing the refinement. So this is a more typical example of re-refining a published structure. I apologize for this table. But what I'm showing here is a function that's actually fairly good, moderate resolution. We can get a significantly better model of Phoenix. The one problem we can't really fix right now is rotamer outliers, and if this resolution real space refinement doesn't help very much. Again, Rosetta it basically fixes almost all of our geometry problems. And then if we do more refinement in Phoenix, it actually makes it fit a little bit better. We still get an R3 that's significantly lower than published structure. We don't get one as low as what we can get with Phoenix. It seems to get stuff here. So it is a better structure than the one by any metric. But if you're looking at R3, it's a little bit more difficult to judge. This is another typical low resolution example. This is a slightly more marginal structure back with Phoenix. Didn't deal with low resolution as well. Again, we were finding this structure with the current version of Phoenix gives you better geometry.